What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn, and I'm back with another video. Amerie's divorce from her ex-husband, Lenny Nicholson, is now public. And the more details come out, the more this starts to look less like a simple divorce and more like a bitter ex-husband trying to rewrite the value of his role after the marriage ended. Because according to the court documents, Lenny was not just asking to walk away from the marriage. He was asking Amerie to pay him to walk away. So we're going to get into that in this video. But first, if you're watching, if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and my crime channel, Crime in Context with Layla Lynn. All right, you guys, so Amerie and Lenny got married on June 25th, 2011. But by that point, Amerie was not some unknown artist that he discovered, molded, and introduced to the world. Amerie had already had her breakout moment years earlier. She had already made her mark in R&B. She had already had Why Don't We Fall in Love. She had already had One Thing. She had already had the music career, the signature sound, the signature record, and the public name before she ever even married him. So when Lenny now claims that he worked as her manager, her tour producer, performance director, and business strategist for over 20 years, that context matters. Because the way he's framing it, he was not just her husband. He was part of the machine behind Amerie. But it seems like by the time he married Amerie, her career had already peaked and she was no longer at the top of the charts anyway. During a lot of their actual marriage, Amerie was not moving like an artist in high demand or even touring. She was not in a massive album cycle year after year. She wasn't giving the public the impression that she had a full performance machine running nonstop in the background. In fact, one of the most visible parts of Amerie's public brand during that time was not touring. It was not a major music comeback. It was her book content and her book club here on YouTube. So him saying he was owed $1.75 million in unpaid commissions, it's like commissions from what? What exactly was he managing at that level during the marriage? Because if Amerie was being a stay-at-home mother and not actively performing and touring like that, then it looks like he's trying to put $1 million price tag on work that he probably already got paid for just because the marriage ended. And speaking of YouTube, if you're a YouTube creator and you feel like your ideas are good, but your videos are not getting the clicks, the watch time, or the traction they should be getting, I want to invite you to my new group coaching class on Monday, June 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a live YouTube channel makeover session where I'm going to help you tighten up the parts of your content that actually make people click on your videos and keep watching your videos. So we're going to go over how to write stronger YouTube titles and hooks, because it is all about the hook, how to structure the first 30 seconds of your video, and how to tell stories in a way that keeps people watching instead of clicking off. And so this is not just a sit and listen class. I want you to bring your next video idea, bring the link to your channel, and I'll look through your channel and help you work through it. So again, it's June 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link is in the description box. You'll see a link to my school. You have to join the school. I'll approve your membership, and then you can register for the class where it says Level Up YouTube Channel Makeovers. And let me repeat, I'm not saying he never put in work or that he never helped her. I'm not saying he never contributed to the business side of her career, but there's a big difference between saying I supported my wife's career and I was paid to manage it and saying my wife owes me $1.7 million just because she's divorcing me. Especially when the court documents reportedly listed Lenny's monthly income at $10,000 and Amerie's estimated monthly income at $5,000. So he was making more money than her, according to the reported judgment, and still asking her for money. That's the one thing that makes us all feel so wrong, because he doesn't appear in this documents as a man who had no income, no work history, no ability to support himself, and no financial position. His own reported income was double Amerie's, and yet he still asked the court for $1.75 million in unpaid commissions, $150,000 in damages, spousal support, and other payments. Now add in the fact that Amerie was awarded primary physical custody of their son. So Amerie is walking away from this marriage with the day-to-day responsibility of raising their child, while Lenny gets parenting time every third weekend and is ordered to pay $2,298 a month in child support. And so that's another reason his financial demands feel crazy. Because, sir, not only did you reportedly make more money than her, not only did you allegedly get paid for managing her while you were married to her, but now she is the parent with primary physical custody of y'all's child. She is the one with the child most of the time. She's the one carrying the day-to-day responsibility. And you still want her to pay you? That's a lot of nerve. According to the documents, Lenny claimed Amerie abandoned the marital home in April of 2024 while he was recovering from surgery. So y'all know the relationship had to be bad. He also claimed that even after she left, he was still covering certain expenses, including rent that he says totaled $44,000. And he accused her of spending $20,000 on cosmetic surgery. And I hope she did get that petite BBL that it looks like she got. I hope she did it. He also accused her of taking luxury trips to Mexico and Jamaica. So his side seems to be trying to paint Amerie as someone who left him, spent his money, traveled, restarted her career, and allegedly used his business ideas without properly paying him. But Amerie's side appears much more simple. She said the marriage was irretrievably broken and hasn't provided details to the public as to why. And when the final judgment came down, the outcome doesn't suggest that the court bought Lenny's argument. Because based on the reported judgment, there's no sign that he was awarded $1.7 million that he asked for. There's no sign he got the $150,000 in damages. There's no sign the court agreed Amerie owed him this massive payout for his work behind the scenes. Instead, Amerie kept her music businesses, including Amerie Inc., Sir One Touring, and Me Soup Publishing, and she also kept a 2016 Range Rover. The judge also reportedly ordered Lenny to return Amerie's TV tracks and an external hard drive containing her music files that were allegedly in his possession. So while Lenny was asking for money from Amerie, the court was also ordering him to give back her creative property. From the outside looking in, Amerie came into the marriage with a name. She came into the marriage with a catalog. She came into the marriage with a signature hit. And she left the marriage with her businesses, her creative files, and primary custody. So maybe the court looked at all of this and basically said, you might have been part of her life. You might have been part of her business, but that does not automatically mean she owes you $1.7 million on the way out when you charged her for your services during the marriage. Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about this mess. As always, thanks for watching.